Greetings, it's me, Sister Joanna Wade, and thank you for joining me here on Modestly Made. Remember, by no means am I a professional seamstress or a teacher, but I've learned a lot about sewing that I want to share with you with your sewing journey. So here I am, back again. So today, let me just do my usual checks here. Bear with me. I got to make sure everybody's seeing everything. Mm-mm-mm. All right. YouTube's up. Let me check Facebook where my friends and my family is. All right. Facebook's up too. Thank you for being with me at that. Something always goes wrong. I just want to make sure it's not. Can you all see me okay? Greetings, Sister Marcia, Sister Laura, Sister Anne Marie. Welcome, welcome. Mic check. Can you hear my mic? It's been a bit, so I'm going to be a little rusty. All right. All right. So today, what are we working on today? So I made this dress. I'm going to show you. It's actually a mix between me making something from scratch from just fabric and then me adding it to something that's already been made. So I know you probably, thank you, Sister Anne Marie, for giving me that thumbs up. So, so one of the sister picked out the dress from the thrift store. I love thrift stores, so she knew who to come to when it comes to thrift stuff. So she picked up this dress, and it had a very not modest bodice. Like it was all this was out, all this was out, all the back was out. It was just a much. But you know us, like if we find a dress like that, we'll throw something underneath it and it'll be good to go. Well, this dress the bodice, it wouldn't zip up on her. It was her size, but it ran a bit small. I actually think that it was like a junior's because it was her size. I think it was like a 12. But I think it actually was for a junior 12, because it didn't have much area in the cups to fill a grown woman. So that's why it would not zip up on her, because she's a woman, and they made those for maybe a junior, maybe even a kid size 12. But the skirt was perfectly fine. It fit her very well. So I told her, well, I can't add fabric to something like that. Like if it was a skirt, yeah, I can add fabric to it, but it would be like a different type of fabric. It wouldn't be that same fabric because it's so hard to find fabric to match other fabric. And this was like, it had lace on it, it's all white. And one thing that I learned that I didn't know before is that I'm gonna ask you, what is the hardest color to match? What do you think it is? I'll wait. What do you think the hardest color is to match? Don't take too long. I'll just tell you. It's white. White is the hardest color to match. I tell you, it is white. White is the hardest color to match. Um, you wouldn't think so, right? You wouldn't think it would be super hard to match, but once you go into that store and you got your little sample with you, you're like, this doesn't match. It is so hard. I still did not match the white. I got very, very close, and I had to just be like, you know what? I'm gonna do this because I had to go with a stretch fabric. Now this is a non-stretch dress. It has no stretch in it at all. But I had to be creative. I had to go with the stretch fabric because they didn't have any non-stretch with the same type of texture to it. They had a stretch fabric with the same, well, close to the same texture to it. It's a bit lighter, I would say, of a white than the bottom part of it, but I have to get creative. So what I did is I put a lining underneath the stretch. Right? Yes, Laura, right? Like, Sis Laura, I put a lining, a non-stretch lining underneath the stretch, and that gave it structure. So that's something new for me. I just thought about that. I was like, okay, so if I do a non-stretch underneath the stretch, I don't have to worry about the dress stretching out and sagging, because that's what would happen if you put a non-stretch fabric below, like a skirt, a non-stretch skirt on a stretchy bodice. The non-stretch material is heavier and it's going to drag that bodice down, and it's just going to look crazy. It's going to look all stretched out. And it's not going to be comfortable to wear because it doesn't have that structure on the top. So putting a non-stretch behind it, it did the job. So I was so happy. So let me show you where I'm at with this dress, but I am not done with it. There's a couple things I need to do. So I'm gonna switch my camera. Take my little portable here. All right. So All right, so this is the dress. Let's see. So that's the dress. Now the bottom, remember the bottom was already like this. So I didn't do the bottom, but I did a whole new bodice on top. You can see right there. The bell sleeves, the whole thing, the whole top part. So getting closer, and yes, it is a vintage design. It's a I looked it up. It's a vintage early, I think 1800s design. So I'm gonna show you this. So I had this bodice. You see how old that is? Authentic vintage pattern. So they reprinted it, but this is an actual pattern of that time period. So now the instructions, you can see they're old. The instructions itself, when they printed this, probably was in the 80s, maybe even the 70s, when Simplicity printed this out, or started producing this pattern. But the pattern itself, it was an actual early 18th century pattern that they used to use, and it was passed down from here to there, from here to there. So it's an actual thing. So I love the vintage pattern. So I put the vintage bodice onto a new skirt, gave it the bell sleeves, which I have some work to do on the bell sleeves. As you can see, the top portion of the bell sleeve falls down over the ribbon, which we want the ribbon to show. So what I'm gonna have to do is every gather that points in on the sleeve, like this right here. Sorry if I'm not lining this up. So, like, you know how it loops in close to the sleeve, it loops out away from the sleeve. So every loop, I'm going to do a stitch here to bring this up so that it's not sagging. This lace is called a Chantilly lace. A Chantilly lace is a floral lace with the netting between the floral design. So you see that netting there? And it's about a medium stiffness. The reason why I got a medium is so that the sleeves can hold the structure, and also importantly, the collar can hold the structure. Otherwise, if you get a very soft stiffness, it's going to just sag like this instead of being up like that. So you see that? Thank you. So there's a couple things I have to do left with this dress. I got to do the sleeves. I have to redo this sleeve. I have to take off this whole bell sleeve and turn it around because I put it on backwards. Because why not? Why not? I didn't realize it until I had it all the way done. So now I have to take this whole thing off and turn it around to the front so that you can see the curve in it is where your arms are, your wrists are supposed to be. This one is done perfectly. So you see how that curve is on the front side of it, and this curve is on the back because I'm a goober. So, and I mess up all the time. But, I know how to take it apart. That's how you learn. You have to take it apart, do it over, take it apart, do it over. So that's what I'm about to do. I'm also tonight going to, because this is a bit plain. It's too plain. There's something missing here. And me and the sister was talking about it. And it was like, what are we going to do? So she suggested that we do lace on the front. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a piece of lace, the rest of that lace, and I've already pinned it to the front. I'm going to show you how that's going to look. Oops. Camera's falling. Okay. All right, Sister Sheila. This is Sister Sheila, just so you know. So I'm gonna take this lace and I'm gonna put it over the front of the bodice. So you could kind of see what that's gonna look like. I took it, I pinned it. I love this dress form because it allowed me to do that. But I went ahead and pinned it. So the whole front, minus the arms, I'm not gonna do the arms. It's gonna be covered in a lace. So you can kind of see what that's gonna look like. Well, let me fold this under. So you'll see like how that's gonna contrast with the bottom part. You can see that. So that's what I'm gonna do. Thank you, Sister Laura. Thank you. And thank you for your business, sis. I appreciate you. So now I have this cut out. I'm gonna switch my camera. To my table. All right. Okay, so thank you, Sister Marcia. So these are the pieces that make up the front. Piece E and piece F. I've already cut it out. Now I had to do some modifications. That's my new word, modifications to this pattern because you see how low that neckline is, right? Yeah, we don't do it that low, right? So I had to bring it up a bit, about an inch. I brought it up on that as well, about an inch. So now what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna sew them together, and then I'm gonna sew within the seams on the front because I already made the dress. I don't really want to take it all the way apart. So I'm just going to improvise and put this on top. Hopefully it'll look amazing. But I mean, you only don't know if you try, right? So I'm gonna try. If I have to take it apart, I have to take it apart. If I have to do the bodice over again, I'll do the bodice over again. You know, it took me a long time. But it only took me a long time because I work a full-time job. And I only have a couple hours at night before I start getting tired. And if you're a sewer, it has to be a hard rule for you. Look, if you're getting tired, no matter how excited you are about a garment, because I get pretty excited about doing stuff, you're gonna have to put it down because you're just gonna start messing up. So, set yourself, know your limits. Because when you start messing up because you're tired, it's just you're not gonna be happy with yourself. So I have to sit it down. All right, so the front of this is the shiny side. Well, they're both kind of shiny. I don't think it matters which side you use on this one, but I kind of look and I see the little differences. I like this front better. Yeah. So I like this as the front. So what it's telling us to do. Oh, thank you, Sister Laura. I try my hardest. I'm a perfectionist, so it's kind of hard for like me to put something down. I keep trying, and it might not be perfect. at some point I need to quit and regroup, and I try to do that because I try to. I have to shut myself down and be like, look, this is just not for you sometimes. I might not be feeling a certain pattern, and I'm just like, I don't like the way this is. I don't like the way this feels. So I'm gonna do my best on it, and I don't like that. All right, so this goes. Let me find the front again. So we put wrong sides together. So this is going to be my right sides together, sorry. This is going to be my right side for this one. Now they're the same thing. Okay, this is going to be my right side for this one. I'm going to start pinning at the bottom because you might get some overlap, and it's best to have the bottoms lined up rather than the tops because you can cut the tops pretty decent, but the bottom, you don't want to mess with the bottom and cut the bottom to make it fit because it's a part of the design. You know, the straps you can cut and you'll be fine. So I'm going to start at the bottom with pinning. Line up the pins. Got choir rehearsal this Saturday. I'm a busy woman. My daughter today had surgery. She had her wisdom teeth removed. Her first surgery ever. It was quite the day. Oh, green. What's green? Just well, she had her teeth removed, and I was so like, I'm so sorry. But I prayed for a while about that. And she came do fine. They wouldn't let me back in the back with her. I was a little upset about that. Because, you know, that's my baby. I gotta see. I gotta make sure. I gotta make sure ain't nothing crazy going on back there. But, yeah. Thank you, thank you. She was a bit scared. But, but everything went well, the anesthesia went well. That's what I was really worried about. You know, it's always a risk with anesthesia. This side. Sister Val, I see you. I see you, Sister Val. That's my sister right there. Where are you, Sister Val? I admire your helping people. You know, that's so It's admirable. And she loves to do it. My husband is that type of person too. He loves to help. He loves to donate stuff. He tries to donate my dresses. I get upset. Like, don't you touch my dresses. He's like, you got so many. Like, somebody else could use them. And I'm just like, don't touch my dresses. He's like, do you know how hard it is to find modest clothes? Do you know? You have no idea. But I gave him a bunch today. So. I had it. Okay, I'm gonna try your name. I'm gonna see if I get it right because I'm not doing it. So, Zoya. I mean, that's the easiest pronunciation that I can put. That I see. Is that right, Sister Zoya? Did y'all sit in on Sister Tress's live? I enjoyed that. I enjoyed seeing her up there doing her thing. I didn't know she went to school for it. Sewing, I guess fashion. That's wonderful. All right, so I got that together. I'm gonna take it to my sewing machine. I'm gonna sew this up. All right. I need a moderator. Where do you get those from? Those, like they're not people. Where do you get moderator people from? I don't know where you get them from, but I'm gonna find one. I can see why they're needed. All right, so I'm gonna do this at a 3/8 inch. Should I do a 3/8 inch seam allowance? I'm trying to think what that's gonna do. Yeah, I could do a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Don't forget the back stitch. I love that sound. I can't believe, like, aren't we going to Greece? Yes, I can't believe our church is doing a Greece convocation. I want to go. I want to go. Uh-oh, I dropped the pen, y'all. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Ooh, ooh. That side's done. Let's do the other side. What am I making? I am putting a lace overlay over a bodice of a dress that I made. I'll show it to you in a few here. So the dress is a thrift store find that I totally created a new bodice for. And the bodice is a little plain, so I'm gonna put this lace over the bodice to give it a little more prettier feel, a little more personality, I should say. Yes, clothes got personality. So but yeah, Greece. Oh, I would love to see that. I just can't. I'm weary about flights. I don't like to fly at all. But if I have to fly, it's short distances. Like Jamaica, Bermuda, Bahamas, those types of places. But I don't even like the longest flight I've had was like 6 hours, and that was going to Texas. I was so restless. It was so hard to fly those 6 hours for me. So I don't know. I could make a 10-hour flight, something like that. Oh gosh. Is my daughter into sewing? Not at all. She can't stand it. I can't teach her nothing. She does not want anything to do with it at all. So I wish she was. I wish she was interested because I need her help sometimes. Sometimes she'll help me though. I'll give her one simple task and she'll help me. But that's it. Like ironing, like I have to like beg her, London, will you please help me iron this? So, but here's the dress for Sister Zoya. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna press these seams down. And I'm gonna fold. I'm gonna do a seam here and I'm gonna sew it straight to this pink ribbon. Maybe a little bit underneath the pink ribbon. And I'm gonna fold these at the shoulders and I'm gonna sew it right into the seam of the shoulder, the seam of the arm, and the side seam. So it'll be a nice, cute overlay like that. So let's get to pressing. Oh, man, that girl, she can crochet though. She can crochet and she likes to do that, but she hasn't done it in a long time. I wish she would get back to it because it was very calming for her. And you know, she's one of those high anxiety babies. So let me see if that's set up good. Yeah, I think that's set up good. So yeah. But she likes that she's a really good artist and she's a really good writer. So a really good writer. I can't write like her. She's great at it. But I let that eat up a bit. Yeah, it is a good talent. The crocheting. She's like one of those people. Oh, sorry if I my microphone, I covered my microphone. But she's one of those people that will start to do, will do start to do something and learn something, and then is really good at it just automatically. Like it is kind of a superpower, you know. Like I was like, how did you pick that up so fast? When we was in the world, she used to do karate. And she was just so good at it. She got all the way up to black belt, but she didn't get her black belt. She tried to get it like 2 times, but she didn't get it. It's very hard to get. And she said, I don't want to try again. So, most people they try to get their black belt several times, but she was like, I'm just not interested in this anymore. But she got all the way up to trying to get her black belt. So I think the last belt was like a brown, like a 2-tone brown and black belt. I think that's what it was. I'm trying not to burn myself, y'all, because I always burn myself. But if you don't know, and I'm gonna do a shameless plug in here. My website is modestlymadeclothing.com. I do alterations and custom designs. I am working on a clothing line right now. So visit my website. I do mail-in alteration services as well. So if you're not here in Atlanta, don't worry, we'll figure it out. I just send you a shipping label after getting on a video call with you, or you sending me some pictures, however you want to do it. And tell me what you need, and then I'll quote your price. And once you accept it, then I send you a shipping label, and you ship your items. Just take them up to UPS or the post office and ship the box or poly bag back, and I'll ship it back once I'm done. Easy peasy. If you ever done that for Amazon, it's the same process. Like, you ever sent back a return for Amazon? All right, so that's pressed out. Now I'm gonna press under the whole thing. So on all sides. So let's start here. Let's start here. Oh, thank you. Yes, prices are great. Yes, yeah, they do change their mind a lot. I wish she would settle with something she really likes, but that's just mom, that's mom stuff. You're like, would you just find something you're very passionate in? But these days, they got very short attention spans, like for real. It's kind of scary how short their attention spans are. One little girl told me, I can't sit down and watch a movie. I'm like, what? What you mean? She's like, I just can't sit and watch a movie. I'm like, that's terrible. Watching 2-minute clips all day long. Not even 2 minutes, that's too long, I think. 20-second clips. I'm like, you don't know what you're missing. There's some, oh man. Lace is so hard to hem. It really is, but I'm gonna try my best here. I didn't think about that. I agree. Yep, it's the screens, it's the diets, it's just it's tearing them kids apart. That's what it's doing. It's terrible. It's terrible. Ooh, this is a tough one right here. I have to cut it a little bit. See how hard it is? Can y'all see this? This is tough. Oh man, I messed up my seam. Okay, I'm just gonna take my time. So take your time, Sister Joanna. It's all right. Okay. All right. It's not so bad right now. Ooh, this is gonna be hard to sew on. All right. Almost done. Push it down. Leave that on there for a second. Who we got in the room? Let's see. Brother Tom? No, that's Sister Tony. I can't see. Sister Tony, I think. Yeah, Sister Tony. And there's another Tony. That's not my Sister Tony. I can't, like, for some reason, I cannot see the name. I already got it on large. Let me change this to. There it. So that's okay. I got it. You got two accounts on here, Sister. And Sister Tress. Greetings, sis. I enjoyed your live. I was talking about you earlier. I was like, did y'all sit in for Sister Tress's live? Tell me, sis. Okay, so I didn't know that you were going to school. What are you going to school for exactly? Fashion, sewing. What's that? What you doing over there? Because I can learn from you. Be sending a list to your professor of questions I have. Trying to get free schooling. Fashion design and product development. Oh, that's so wonderful. Wait, oh my gosh. That's quite the coincidence, isn't it? That's wonderful. That is wonderful. We might have to collab on some things. Now that's too big. I need to make that a little smaller. And bring it over so y'all can at least see what I'm doing. All right. That's wonderful. How far along are you? Let me weigh that down just a minute. Okay. Wade College. So I'm working on the bodice of a dress that I halfway made. So I'm actually about to show you right now. I want to make sure I see if this works. So this is the dress. I made the bodice. for those who just coming in. The skirt I did not make. That came from a thrift store, and I just changed the bodice. So that's the skirt. And what I'm doing, because me and the sister that this belongs to, we looked at it and she was like, it's a little plain right here for me. So we decided that what we're going to do is, well, what I was going to do is put a lace overlay over the front to give it a little more personality, as I like to say. So I'm going to have to sew this on. And I'm going to have to fold this a little bit under, which I got enough fabric to make it look really nice, I think. So that's good. All the way around. That's what it's going to look like. But it's going to be fitted. It's not going to hang loose or anything like that. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So now that I have that together, what I'm going to have to do is undress Sister Sheila. I ain't gonna let y'all see her undressed because that's just not nice. That's not nice. I'm not putting that online. I know it's silly, but maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. I know, it's Sister Sheila. Yes, that's the name of my dress form, Sister Sheila. That's her. See, I can't put her business all out in the streets like that. That's not how we roll here in holiness. Put her business out in YouTube streets. Mm-mm. All right, so this was what she was wearing. All right, so this is where the fun begins. Where am I going to start? I'm going to start at these shoulder seams. Yeah, I'm going to start there and pinning. Yeah, she has class. Put some respect on her name. So, oh man, pray for me on this one. I don't know how it's gonna work. We're gonna make it work somehow. All right. Got one pin. I'm gonna overlap the shoulder seam just a little bit. Maybe just a lot of it. I'll overlap this just a little bit more. Because what I gotta do is sew right in the seam. So I want to be able to have enough space to sew right in the seam. Oh, FBAs. What is FBAs? I don't know that term. Teach me, Sister Tony. I know what darks are. This body size darks. I don't know if I can do this. FBA. What's funny? What's funny? That's funny. Funny what? Like, what's FBA? I'm gonna have to scoot this over a bit. Right here. This is gonna be tough, y'all. Come on, come on. I can already see it. We're not gonna be able to finish this tonight. How long are we going? Oh, we're already in the hour. Tony, what? Sister Tony, what is the FBA? See, now you can't just leave me hanging like this. I gotta know. Okay, so you see how this overlapped on these ends? So now I'm gonna have to fold these under. Okay. I'm probably gonna put a base stitch. Yeah, I should put a base stitch there with this folded under. Y'all could see that. So this is where I'm gonna have to fold it under and do a base stitch across here, and then fold all these under on the sides and do a base stitch across there, and then I can put in a permanent stitch. I hope this works, y'all. All right, so this is not going to be completed on this live because it's going to take me a while to perfect this, but I'm going to come back and show y'all what I did. And I have a video coming out, hopefully Wednesday, hopefully Tuesday. I'll have a video about how I did the actual bodice, so you'll get to see the whole thing, the whole construction of the bodice before this overlay of lace, and it give you an idea. Now that is where's that print? This pattern is a very simple bodice pattern. You can attach that to pretty much any dress you want, any skirt to make a dress. And that's what I do. I look at things in pieces, like what do I like, what I don't like. I didn't have to add the bell sleeves onto this bodice. I could have added just a regular sleeve to it. I just kind of take pieces and imagine them on other things, and that's how you can create something new. So Sister Laura says, Sister Luana, I'm going to have to go. However, I'll tune in again to finish the product. Peace be. Peace be, Sister Laura. I just had to, and Sister Trust says, I just took my midterm exam today. So we're in the middle of the semester. What's FBA? I'm curious. Why a basting stitch first? So I wanted to do a basting stitch first because it's a longer stitch and it'll give me an opportunity to line up where my permanent stitch will go, because I'm going to have to sew directly in the seam. So my basting stitch is going to be not in the seam, but further from the seam so that it can keep that fabric down while I over sew into the seam. So So that's my mad scientist thought about it. If you have another suggestion, please tell me, because I want to work smarter, not harder. But that's my thoughts. What do you think? Yeah, my feed is a bit slow. I wish I could speed that up. I think it's slow for everybody though. I think they just like when you see like a YouTuber go live or whatever, I think they're just really good at making it seem like they're getting their messages very fast. But I'm not there yet. But anyway, so I'll talk to you about it later, Sister Tony. Sister Tress, I will tell you what Sister Tony says about what FBA is. I want to know too. But yeah, so I'm gonna base stitch that, and then I'm gonna permanent stitch inside the seam. And I'm gonna base stitch this, and I'm gonna permanent stitch all the way very, very close to the ribbon. So like about right there. So, but to keep it in place, I'm just gonna base stitch. All right, so let me go to my other thing, my other camera here. I can look at you in your eyeballs. All right, well, it's been an hour, and I'm back. I'm gonna do another live, Lord willing, next week. Don't forget to visit my website if you need some work done, modestlymadeclothing.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video. Keep a lookout for my video coming out, so put on your notification bells. And I'm on YouTube at Learn to Sew with Sister Wade. Again, I am not a professional. Not like my sister Tress here is about to be a professional. Let's teach each other. Bring out your sewing machine. I will bring you up to just have, see what you're doing. So, if you want to do your sewing machine, put it in the comments. Hey, I got my sewing machine, Sister Wade, and I'll bring you up on the screen. So wink, wink, Sister Tress. Wink, wink. But thank you for joining me here on Modestly Made. Peace be.